But then Jackson was insisting that he feels like he needs to go to the hospital.
This is our little story and a true thing. Two hearts come together in a mutual win. Keeping it together with a real life. Welcome to the family, this is our life. It's perfect. I'll just set you here for me. You're the sugar to my tea. Meet the Mitchell family.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. And what a morning it is, and what a night it was. I'll get into all of it a little bit later. Just let's put it this way, trouble not set like rain. Good morning, Jackson. What are you reading?
The Bible for kids.
Oh, lovely.
It has some good stories.
It does have some good stories in there. Let's just show MTM just your arm. I'm not telling them the full story yet. But let's just say, yeah, it was
This
a
is
night.
just like a leftover piece of tape.
Yeah, it was a night. We'll get
Really
into it a
was.
little later. But you feeling okay today? Thank God. Go and read up. Go and read up. Good morning, Azeeps. How are you feeling today?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're acting like we didn't see each other already, and we did.
Yeah, I don't think they have been very.
Okay, I can hear Atlas not happy about school today.
Hey Jax, what are you doing, your homework?
Yeah.
I love that, you know, my boy stay home from school, but him still have him eyes on the prize and him head in the books.
Because I know if I don't, Mom will take away all the devices in this house and I'll never be able to use the device again, and I'll probably have a very high chance of dying.
It ain't that serious. So you say you're under duress, you're doing your work under duress.
Yeah.
Alright, so we're up. As soon as I woke up, went to go bathe and get myself together because me and Tami have some up and down to do on the road. Yeah, we have some medication to go get for this little man here too. Yeah, and we have one long drama forgiving us, so yeah, we're getting the show on the road.
I think they're lunch. I mean, they're callaloo.
Look goodie.
Stop.
Oh, you look extra good today. Something not going on?
No.
What you did?
You'd think I slept the whole night, but I didn't.
Oh, what you gonna do? Toe and
Oh, yes.
facial and
Like a
them
facial
something there.
and like a pedicure.
Oh, God.
Sure. I have to take care of myself, you know. In
Self-care,
all the years
man.
we there, you must have got a facial like in years, don't it?
True.
And MTM, in all the years we there, you ever see me go to them something? Okay, maybe once. It's not really my thing.
I love the vibe. I love the look.
The what?
You have a, you know, a glowing look.
I drew?
Yeah.
I sweat.
Mm-mm.
Anyway, let's get it going.
Let's do it. What's the first stop? We're getting the
Fontana.
medication.
Fontana, I already WhatsApped the prescription, so they've had it. So I'm just gonna go get that. Ooh, don't overflow. Okay, good. And yeah, we'll talk about what's going on in the car, I guess.
Yeah. Lots going on.
Why do I make so much noise when I'm coming out of here? Like I'm still pregnant.
If I did me, that's when I get old.
Look here now. How you know?
You got everything?
Yes, I did. Let me just get this in here. Here. You guys might think I'm crazy, but I always have my little thing with all my receipts. Maybe it's not crazy, but those of you who are trying to stay organized, and I keep a little stapler in there, and when I get my receipts, I just staple them together.
I'm so proud of you for that, man. it makes all the difference, Tami.
It does. It makes all
When
the
I saw you buying that
difference.
stapler, I was like, Tami,
Why are you
it's
buying
been
a stapler?
little
I
bit
think I
too-
have it on camera.
Yeah. Makes
And it
all
goes
the
in
difference.
here.
People, that is a pro tip
Yeah.
for keeping records and keeping your
Yeah.
daily
Everything.
spend.
And and monthly. So every month, then this will go to my accountant, or you can like scan and email it, you know, anything like that. All right. Anyway, I had to just get medication for Jax. Okay.
Did you tell them about the what we went through last night? We started that.
No, I have not spoken about that just yet, and I guess we are going to have to go into it now. So let me sanitize my hands. I wouldn't mind if we could move in the direction of somewhere while we do this, though.
I know, but
I have a 12:30 call.
Oh, Tami, if we tell them this story, they're going to need the backstory.
Okay, so let's start with the backstory.
Yes.
Okay, so about, I don't remember how many weeks ago now. You remember when Jax wasn't feeling so great? Jax had COVID. We didn't share it at the time because we were just trying to manage the situation. But also, you know, we're at a point with all of this where we are just moving on with life and trying our best to manage it in the best way possible. Now, he got COVID from Atlas, because Atlas got COVID also again. And our main concern both times was making sure that everybody else kept safe. What this meant was that we had to quarantine them immediately. What it meant was that we were testing almost daily as everybody else.
I'm traumatized, man. I did have a nightmare about tests.
Yeah.
I see a test in my face. I see a test, so I'm looking at a test.
Especially not just because we were moving about in our daily lives, but because we had to keep the baby safe. And because we were moving about. So we wanted to make sure that we were not becoming super spreaders. So we had to test almost every single day. Let's not talk about how expensive COVID tests are. We'll talk about it in another video. So he got COVID, and he got it pretty badly in the sense that it took a long time for him to get back. Fast forward to now, Monday he goes swimming, he gets wet, and something has started up for him. He starts to cough, and so I'm starting to think, oh gosh, maybe he caught this little cough from Atlas, because Atlas had a little cough. Let me start my usual course of meds for this. I realize that's not working, and it starts to sound a lot like an asthma cough. So I start to switch, and I say, okay, let's add Ventolin, all of this stuff to the story. Yesterday we started to nebulize, because this is normally what we do to get it under control. Last night, after he had been nebulized for the last time, or as much as I could have for the day, I noticed it's not really subsiding as it should be. And normally when that happens, we go to the hospital. Jax then was starting to complain about, he said he's not feeling like he can get a complete lung fill. And it's, you know, irritating him. He's been coughing for like 3 days now. He is exhausted. So, you know, we say, okay, let's go to the hospital. As soon as I said, let's go to the hospital, what happens? The cough starts to subside. It starts to just calm down a little bit. And I'm thinking, we don't have to go to the hospital.
But then Jackson was insisting that he feels like he needs to go to the hospital. He needs to go
I
to
need
the
to see a
hospital.
doctor.
He needs to see a doctor. And then we kept saying, you sure? Because we know once we get to the hospital, it's not until in the hours of the morning. More than likely, they will probably recommend nebulize, even though we had been nebulizing all day. So we were we're just saying this is the last resort. May this be the last resort for us, Jax. And he was just like, guys, I don't think I'm going to be able to sleep through the night. We need to go to the hospital. So we say, you know what? All right, thank you. Because we always encourage him to
advocate for himself.
Speak
up for himself.
Speak up for how he's feeling. Because nobody knows how he's feeling
except
but you.
But we still get to the hospital and wait in the parking lot because he's not coughing at this point as nearly as often. And we're saying, should we really go in? And you know, listen, you're at a hospital, you don't want to be at a hospital. B, it's late in the night, you know, it's just not convenient. It's really the truth. You don't want to be there as a parent, and you don't want to be there as a kid. So after 15 minutes, Jackson, him do it bad. Him say, all right, fine, you guys don't think I need to see the doctor?
Let's go
home. You know? And so we were like, oh man, you know, luckily it was very empty. So we just said, you know what, let's go in. We'll go in. And let me just cut the long story short. They ordered a chest x-ray for him. His lungs were pretty free and clear, except for like his alveoli, which is a little bit inflamed due to the coughing. It is important to know that before we went in for the chest x-ray, the doctor said, I want to do some blood work. Dengue has been going around, if you guys don't know, really, really badly. And he said he just wanted to do some blood work. No, he then says, we then talk about COVID, and he said, oh, he's seeing this a lot, and like, you know, a lot of post-COVID patients, you know, respiratory issues, XYZ. Let's, you know, give him this medication, XYZ, blah, blah, blah. Chest x-ray comes back good. We give him the medication. We are getting on well. And then it's time for us to leave. And the doctor says, you know, I'm so glad we did the blood work, because aside from this respiratory issue, Jackson is anemic. Now, I am anemic. A lot of people are anemic. But his was, you know, pretty low. His is it hemoglobin? What do you call that? I don't know. His iron levels were really low. And so it's something that we have to now work on. Pretty much the same way I did when I was a kid, but we would have never known that. Meaning Jax doesn't really show signs of anemia. So it was interesting. But then the doctor said to me, do you ever feel like eating chalk or dirt? And he says, no. And he goes, what about ice? And Jackson was like, oh, I chomp on ice all the time. And And apparently that's a symptom. I say this all to say, or we say this all to say, we teach our children to be intuitive, or we try to teach them to be intuitive. We try to teach them to advocate for themselves, to say how they're feeling. And sometimes, and this is what I said to Jack, sometimes your own parents and people you love will try to tell you, no man, you're fine. And yeah, that is true sometimes. But you see, if your child insists on something and you know that your child is not a child to
complain,
to normally do these things, just go with it. Because for whatever reason, he insisted on going there for one thing, but we uncovered something else that is very important.
It was important to know
for us to know, parents. And probably we would not have known otherwise.
Important for him to know too, because, you know, standing up for himself in that situation, paid off, and it worked out well. Yeah, you know, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, he was such a good sport about it. All of the amazing healthcare workers at the hospital were great. Big up to Dr. Pencil, who was just, you know, going the extra mile, making sure that he was dotting all the I's and crossing all the T's. Yeah. The nurses, even, was it a radiologist that does the x-rays? Yeah, he was amazing. He was amazing. Our porter, who gave Jackson a wheelchair ride, he was very excited about the wheelchair ride. And just for taking the utmost care. It was a good experience at the hospital last night. You know, all things considered. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it was one of those things where it's like, you never know what you're gonna get in a day. You know, one day you're going through, and then, as Wayne always said, and I said it at the beginning of the vlog, trouble not set like rain. God no, people. Yeah. Every day is another thing. Trust me. Every day is another drama. Anyway.
So while we are getting supplements and all that stuff, we are also going to have to introduce some dark leafy greens hidden in smoothies, more than likely. And you know, we'll also be taking a look at how we can improve this very picky eater's diet as well. It happens a lot when you're a picky eater. That's what happened to me as a kid. I didn't eat many things, and so I had to be on supplements. But right now, as we speak, we're cooking up callaloo and all that stuff so that he can ingest some good foods, you know.
And if you are a parent of a picky eater,
you know.
Yeah, you know the struggle.
You know
the struggle.
Yeah, he's doing fine. He's having another day of rest. And yeah, we're just gonna keep going. But you know, I was saying to Wayne earlier, I was like, you know, that as much as we share on the blog, there are certain things that are happening in our lives that we're not necessarily speaking about, talking about, or sharing for a lot of reasons. Privacy, obviously, which it's so funny that people think we have this blog and they think that we're not private, or we don't have any privacy, and we sure do, because at the end of the day, we decide what we want to share, when and how, and oftentimes it's after we have processed things too. So even with this, you know, Jax is totally okay with us sharing about this, because he was so chuffed, wasn't he? He was so proud of himself. He went in there, he got a needle in his arm. He was like, pull this up, I want MTM family to see this. I want Atlas to see this.
Atlas, when you're watching this, just know I've just been stabbed with a shot and they're taking my blood.
This way. And the truth about it is, a lot of what we experience, even as individuals, as a family, have reaching implications outside of our family.
Obviously,
so we take care of how we divulge certain things because
as
it's not just on us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it is what it is, you know.
Yeah. And not everything we will share. You can't. I tell people all the time, you can't imagine how much goes on in our life that you don't see. You know. And so I'm always saying, zoom out a little. But I know you all are grateful for what we do share, because that's probably the number one comment we get is thank you for sharing what you do share. But I think this is another example of just understanding that, you know, we have a full rounded life, and this is also just a slice of it. So anyway, all's well that ends well, as I go.
Yeah.
So we have his medication to go to help with any of the respiratory stuff, and his multivitamin fortified with iron.
Drink it. Come.
Stay here. We can't move. Take another sip first. How is it?
I don't want to.
Okay, let me take it then. Thank you.
I want to go over there.
Okay, Daddy, you drink it, please.
No.
Why? You don't want it?
You don't like it. Daddy's going to drink it and get strong.
Let me try and drink it.
You try again.
Ooh.
Oh my God. Tami, look at the muscles.
Jesus.
The man take one sip.
How you get muscles so fast?
Oh my God.
He took that?
Of course, he took the sip.
Hold on, take another sip.
Go on again, Boozy.
Another muscle. Look,
Jesus.
Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Look at the leg muscle too. Oh my
gosh. The man
You don't
gets
see
strong.
muscle since him drink the juice. Smashing.
Gosh.
I just smash it.
Drink
Yes.
some more and you get a 6-pack. Look how big he got.
Jeez, I'm
No, stop. You're whole. As
Wow.
finish it off.
Oh my God. What's that?
Let me see your muscle, Jackson.
Muscle in my
I drove in a little house. Hold your cup properly. The generalship that parents have to go on with to convince them kids to do what they have to do in life, eh? But that's so good. It's a part of the thing. Parenting 101 that.
We were going for hours.
Yeah,
Man, the drink a drunk, you know.
somebody put rum in the
The green suit.
You're joking.
I'm tipsy.
What's that? What's that?
The iron go for the brain.
Watch out, she don't want to lie back side though.
Like this.
Sit, she wants to
Give her a kiss for all of the cousins them. Say a kiss for her. Yeah. Yes. MTM fam send beer, love and kiss and hug up for Ivy mommy. Too sweet.
Fully forgot that tomorrow is the book parade. Why you look so upset? You didn't get the one you wanted? Yes. Book parade tomorrow, which means the boys have to dress up in a specific way these things really come to just torture parents, I really think. But we did it. It's done. So we're going home now.
We're gonna do it again.
Do what again?
For the other book parade that we're having.
There's only one book parade. So
It's another one.
I'm heading home now because the car is about to get washed. He has assembly tomorrow too, which I'm gonna go and watch, which is really nice because they stopped us for a long time because of COVID, and now they're back. So mommy's coming to your school tomorrow morning. Isn't that fun?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
You're gonna be smiling.
I think so. I will be.
Yo, Nick, wagwan. Everything blessed. People, see that mobile car wash on wheels. Zine, and if you want to link them, it's very convenient, very professional. If you want to link them, see them contact them. So just call them and ask for Nick. You understand? Man, they deal with the car slick and spick, you know? That is it. Full clean.
Rain or shine.
Rain and shine. Then bring them own water to, don't it?
Yes, and they've been in our cars for years.
Yeah, them
Years and years. And
really
Nick as well has been our guy for years.
Yeah.
No man, I could call and ask for Nick, you know, because them can get Nick. I'm just kidding. He's the best. He's the best.